Mirela Sula again from Global Woman, and I'm very privileged today to interview Richard Tan, the inspirational, powerful entrepreneur that has built a big empire that is inspiring people all around the world. Success Resources. Thank you for having this interview, Richard. And I would like to know how, would you imagine this empire coming so big when you started your journey as a young boy 25 years ago or more with Success Resources? How does that feel now?
Well, I actually started this quite by accident. And those days when the oil price went down, I was working for an oil company. When the oil price went down, the oil company kind of kept all their oil well, because the oil that came out from the ground, they lose money. So because the oil price is so low, right? So a friend of mine kind of volunteered me to help a non-profit organization run a conference. And after the conference, somebody said, hey, Richard, you seem to be quite a good organizer, would you consider doing it full time? So I was laid off because of those bad economy. And I've been doing it from that day to today, a little bit by accident. So to say that, this company have grown to become a global company was not in my mind at that time. I'm just trying to find a job to do. Yeah, so I never thought of it, but
you fall in love.
It's now a global company.
It's like you start a relationship and slowly you fall in love, and you make that relationship very important. So it's incredible the work that you have done and the way that you have progressed and developed, and it's like a mission was behind always, and you are a channel using all your good intention to bring this positivity into the world. And now you are inviting people all around the world to share their message, and people also, they are changing their lives. How does that make you feel?
Well, it all started because I was out of job, and this became like a job. But then later on, I find that this is very, very meaningful in what I do. When you see someone's life change, someone come to pat on your back and say, hey, Richard, because what you do, my life has changed. And it kind of encourage us to do work harder and more, and it gives us satisfaction in our what we do. Even my team, you find that there's a telemarketers, there's somebody who as a database entry, or somebody was managing the event, right? But when they begin to know that everything that they do, even keying the data, even doing the registration, managing the event, contribute to changing somebody's life, it becomes very, very meaningful. It's like having someone lay bricks versus someone building a palace. You will say, hey, you are a bricklayer. But no, you are not a bricklayer. You are building a wonderful, wonderful, gorgeous palace, and that makes our work more meaningful.
What you said is really important, because the team is part of the company's success, and it tells a lot about the way you treat your team. As Robin Sharma said, a A-level company should have an A-level team. So you definitely have that. But also part of your team is your wonderful wife, Veronica. And can you share some secrets how it is working with your wife in business? Is it hard or good? So what is the positive and challenges as well?
Okay, we are a good team. Basically, she has her strong asset, and one of her strongest asset is that she has a good gut feeling of the people around her, right? So whenever she say, hey, this guy is really great, and later on I find that, well, it's true, even though I have initially started with a negative impression, but I say this is a good guy. Or on the other hand, say, don't touch this guy. And I say, why not? He said to me like a good guy. Why don't you give him a chance? Why don't you give him a chance? And true enough, she's right all the time. So she has a gift
intuition
of having a sixth sense that I don't have. Now, on the other hand, I'm a risk taker. I look at something, I got so excited about something. That is very important that when I get excited about something, she's like a break, say, okay, let's hold on a while, not to be so excited, let's think through the whole thing, etc. etc. So we have a great balance. But to say that we don't have any conflict is not true, but we learn to agree on what
to disagree.
Disagree about. And she is always great. She's always supportive. I'm what I am today mostly because she's very supportive. Like for example, when we first started the business, I'm quite a shy person. Today I'm still quite shy, right? And when I go out the stage and give a talk, I know that I make a lot of mistakes. When I come down, I felt really lousy, but she always very encouraging, said, no, you did a good job. It's a very, very good job. Don't worry, it's very, very good, And I felt so encouraged by that. And over the years, and because of her encouragement, I probably have improved a lot. So I must say that what I am today, she played a very big part to it.
She really adores you. Honestly, I never have seen a woman to also give credits to her husband. Every time we interview her, we talk about how inspirational she is. She says, yes, because I have also a good husband that supports me. And I'm really pleased to hear that you both support each other, and it's obvious why people wonder why you are successful then. Well, Success Resources now is in many countries, probably in every corner of the globe we see Success Resources. And is this your aim now, that you want to touch as many people's life as you can?
In fact, in the next 2 or 3 years, Veronica and myself, it's not just about the business, but we want to see our team, right? We want to see our team able to take over what we do. So I would be very, very happy if I could or we could inspire some people to take up the challenge to say, hey, let us take over what you do. And I think if somebody can do better than us, the young people can do better than us, it shows that we have done well. If we cannot have anybody take over what we do, I guess we have plateaued and not, in my opinion, there's something that we have to look at. So in the next 2-3 years, our goal is to inspire younger people to take up the challenge, right? And to take up the challenge to explore to explore leadership, to explore initiative, and to do better than both Veronica and myself.
Yes, that's really a good mission, to be honest, because if we want to change the world, the young generation is the generation that is going to move to a better place. So but I can understand it's a very rewarding mission and a fantastic work that you are doing, but it's also a very challenging industry. And what are the main challenges you also face, and sometimes you feel that you need more help and support?
I would say that changes are inevitable. From telephone to wireless telephone to internet to social media, things will always change. I think the biggest problem is to find good people to be in your team. If you have good people in your team, I would say that 90% of your problem is solved, right? Now, when you have good people, means that they are the one that is come up with a solution. They are inspired. So the biggest challenge we have is always finding good people or right people who feel synergized with what we do. So that's the biggest problem. It's not the market, it's not the product, it's not the government, it's not the culture, it's not the environment. Is the people. Who is in your people. Yeah.
That's very interesting. So also I think your people are very privileged to be part of this company, because they get trainings, they get motivated and inspired with your events as well, and you have the opportunity to have the best team In this way, they can also get the best of them. But before we close, what are 3 tips that you would share with the audience? 3 tips that you have learned from this long journey of investing in yourself. 3 things that people should know in order to have a better life.
Okay. The first tips I would give to anybody is this: don't quit, right? People always quit halfway through. So don't quit. Don't be afraid to take on a big responsibility. Volunteer for the biggest responsibility rather than trying to find the smallest job, where you can hide behind a job having nothing to do. You see, lots of people are trying to find the smallest, least responsible job so that they can easy life. People who are successful always volunteer for the biggest job. You are the editor of the company. If you are editor of the magazine, can I see, is there anything that I can help you? I want to help the chairman. I want to help the CEO. I want to help the owner of the company. I want the biggest job. So don't be afraid to take on the biggest job and don't quit. That's my number 1 advice. Number 2, learn to work with people. It's one of the hardest things is to work with people, but if you learn to work with people, you can do more things. And last but not least is fear God. Because when you fear God, you will be honest. You do things correctly with integrity, and that will get you out of a lot of trouble. So 3 advice: don't quit, learn to work with people, and fear God.
Richard Tan, thank you very much. It was such a pleasure to interview you, and we will follow you wherever you go, because everywhere you go is a better opportunity for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.